I want to live in a paradigm where we all win. It's a win-win. Win, win, win. After 7 years, I come back to Paris. And I'm working in Paris, late at night. And I have a choice to go back home or stay for this after party. I was a host on a fashion week, Paris Fashion Week. And I was fearful that I would get mugged or get involved with a situation like I had in the past. But I followed the signs because universe gives signs, especially when we are clear on what our intention is, when we are clear on what we really want as spirit. So I got my signs. I went to the party. It wasn't open. I was like, oh, I better go back. I'm going back home. So I started walking back home. And as I go down the metro, a friend of mine comes out and says, I'm going to the party. Like, I guess, gotta go. So I went to the party and took the last train back home, which is my most fearful time to take the metro in Paris. I go down the metro and there's a train that arrives and there is a section here. So I can go left or right. And I tune in, I always ask for guidance, left or right, and I got right. So I went right. And what do I see? One of those Arabs that are troublemakers. Now, I'm not making a blanket statement, for Arabs. I love Arabs. I've traveled through Arab countries. I've lived with Arabs, and I love them dearly. Arabs, Muslims. There is a situation in France where that is very critical, where they live in ghettos and there's a lot of anger being generated, and I understand that. But there is a troublemaker. I get on the train, nonetheless, because I knew this was meant to be. And this was a fear I had to face. I went into the train and sat down. As soon as the train leaves, there was a woman there and two big guys in the back. The Arab, which I will call, let's say, the young man. The young man started talking and bothering the lady who was reading a book and who ignored him. And he's getting agitated. And he's in her space, and you can see he's gonna get violent. And I start getting my heart pounding, my adrenaline going. I have images of violence that come up. I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to defend this lady. In this moment, I calm myself down by praying to universe, to the love force, to be inspired. I don't want that paradigm. Give me the love. Show me the way. What's the love way here? And slowly by slowly, I connected back with the trust, with the love, and I knew I was safe. The train stopped. The lady and the two guys leave the train. And I know I have once again a choice. I can leave the train. I can get off that train right now and be safe. But it wouldn't feel good. This challenge would come back at a later time. I knew it. I wanted to deal with it now and to live and be ready to die for love. The train starts again. The young man gets up and sits in front of me and tells me, "Moi, je te connais de quelque part. I know you from somewhere." In the past, I might have said, "Yeah, I think I've met you somewhere." Kind of be friendly. But it wasn't true. I knew I didn't know him. So I said, "No." He repeats, he says, "Well, I know you from somewhere." I said, "No, I don't recall ever meeting you." But in this moment, I can see through his personality, I can see the love that he is. It's so beautiful when we can see beyond. It's like, yes, I can see beyond. And he says, "Do you have a problem?" I said, "No." And he says, "Because if you have a problem, I kill you." He's starting to look in his pocket for something. He repeats, "You have a problem?" And I say, "Non, Julia. no brother. Khouya in Moroccan. I had just come back from Morocco. Yeah, Khouya means brother in Moroccan. I said, no Khouya. And he repeated, because if you have a problem, I kill you. And he pulls this knife and puts it on my chest. And I'm looking down. And once again, in my 7 years of traveling, I have been involved in some fights. I have been punched and put a gun on my head. And after the 10 years of martial arts I had done, and the many, many years of street fighting, I knew how to get rid of this knife. But in this moment, I truly, honestly, rather would have died than to not give love a chance. Give God a chance. Give love a chance. Give my true nature a chance. So I decided not to do anything. And I looked back up and looked at his spirit. Now what? And we looked at each other's eyes, and I could see his eyes searching. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? What? And he dropped the knife. He put it back in his pocket. And he said, "Who are you?" I said, "I'm just a brother." We talked for another 20 minutes until we arrived at the end station where he said he had to go down too, and I doubt that that's where he was getting off the train. I doubt it very much. But we got up there, and the way it ended, it was in a hug. We hugged each other, and he asked me again, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm a brother."